The Front Runner Sports Rep, the very first episode. Fidel, you won't be seeing me. I'm the Front Runner Sports founder. Today I'm joined by internationals to give you a wrap up of today's results and fixtures for tomorrow. Please talk to us on Twitter using hashtag sportsrep, and please we want to hear you. We want to hear your comments, your reactions. Please call us on 065 874 8881. I'll repeat, 065 874 8881. You can please send us your voice notes. As I said, I'm joined by internationals. One from Nigeria, one from Uganda, one from South Africa. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having us. We're very humbled to be
here. Tim, you're also welcome, Tim.
Good evening, Etafia, Sasibo, and Fidel. It's a pleasure being in your company.
So, welcome. Wow.
Good evening to everybody who's tuned in, and good evening to you, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Okay, cool. Greg, how was your day?
My day, Saturday, football all day.
Yeah.
Now it's a great day so far. I'm so happy, at least being in the studio today with my legends here.
Yeah.
Talking about football, the day so fine. So far so good.
So far so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You, Timothy.
Yeah.
What did you get up to?
Football brings all of us together. Football is a beautiful game.
Yeah.
With so many different human beings with different characters and behaviors. But yeah, that's the interesting part of football.
Yeah.
The day has been beautiful.
Yeah.
Spend some time with family, kids getting holidays. So the hands are full.
Yeah.
So it's just exciting to be in the studios right now.
Okay, cool. So Wena, what did you do today?
Not much. I think I've watched a lot of football today.
Yeah.
Also just staying in contact with family.
Yeah.
Just to find out how they're doing.
Yeah.
And just keep it going.
Okay, cool. Let me remind people at home that are watching. I'll repeat, you won't be seeing me. I'm Fidel. I'm the founder, front runner. You won't be seeing me, but I'm right here. I'm the one doing the controls behind the scenes. On Twitter, please talk to us. Hashtag FR Sports Rep. Please do call us on 065 874 8881. Send your voice notes as well. We are right here. We are ready to talk to you about anything related to football. Anything. Okay, even if it's Formula One, it's okay. We'll try. You know Formula One, Greg. What do you know about Formula One?
I just know they drive the car, the accident, the road. There's nothing much. But if it's about football, I'm there 100%.
Yeah. Do you know Formula One, Tim?
I like Schumacher still fighting for his life.
That's all you know.
So, what is more intriguing is son of the soil. Hamilton saying we need to have at least a racing track on the African continent.
Yeah.
So I think that's positive, and I think it's pulling my leg to start following Formula One.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's start with yesterday's results. We saw Maritzburg United draw at home to Baroka. Well, what did you make of that game, Greg?
For me, I think it was an exciting game. With Baroka getting their away win against Chippa, I think they're more motivated. But the good thing with Kutumela scoring his 10th goal of the season, I think he's a good leader. Good captain. He has done very well for Maritzburg. Since leaving Pirates, I think Maritzburg, they just need to convert their chances more because in the final third they always get to the final third mostly when they play at home. So but Maritzburg Baroka didn't give them too much chance. And Baroka is one team, they fight, they always come from behind. About 2-3 games now they come from behind. They did that against Kaiser Chiefs at home, and there's a second one again they did against Marisbeck, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a player, Goodman, Molise, I think that's a player for
Musele.
the future. Musele, that's a
Yeah.
player for the future because he has grown.
And he's young, hey?
Very young, you know. I think he's invited for the Olympic team.
Under 23, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
he's going to go far. You know, there's a time, the rumors that he's supposed to go to Israel for trials. I don't know what really happened there, or he's still going to go. But
Yeah.
I think...
he's 21 years old.
Yeah, 21 years
Yeah,
old.
apparently Chiefs is after him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he has done well for Baroka. I think you know, he's an environment which is suited him in terms of his play, and a lot of young players in that Baroka team. And credit must be given to the technical team too. They have, for the first time, you know, in a very long time, you know, they are in that position of top 8.
Yeah,
which I think, you know, they just need to win 2-3 games.
True. Tip, did you see Baroka there right now?
You know, if
in that position, if you're being honest.
In a long time, they have made the right choice of the technical team.
Yeah.
For me, that is yeah.
Matsemela Toka.
Yes. And that's what's going to happen. And I think we're going to also talk about, you know, what's happening at Chippa after that uproar from...
we're coming. We're still on Baroka.
Yeah.
But when we talk about Baroka, there's some bit of stability. And there's that South African flair, you know, that... you know, South African players believe they are good.
Yeah.
You know, and if they believe they get a coach who believes and give them that freedom to do exactly that, they are always.
What do you mean? South African players believe that they are good?
No, there's a, you know, South African players are fast, nippy.
Yeah.
They love to dance on the ball. You know, call it in the polite way to dribble.
Yeah.
You know, but they always dribble in the wrong areas. But now, once you have got a coach who understands where they're coming from, the local flair, and then he tries to encourage them to do that type of dribbling, the flair, in the right areas of football, they always hurt the opponent team. And that's what the likes of Machine did with Kaizer Chiefs, the plays and everything like that, and they got results. Now, when you get a local coach who is able to understand those players and help them understand where to do those things, tease the players. We saw the Skalangobeses. They were always doing them in the last third of the field with the likes of Podoleza, you know, Dumitru, just, you know, encouraging them to do that.
Yeah.
That guidance helps and the player becomes better. So if you look at Baroka, if you look at Marisburg, you have a well-disciplined, structured team under Middlesbrough. He demands, you know, that you respect the position you're in with the ball. So that is coming to show off. So Baroka going forward, you know, they have, from the time they were promoted to the PSL, they have always played well. There is that excitement by the owner who wants to make it a bigger team. I think it's too early for him to demand that. He needs to go through the normal stages, and then eventually his brand will grow.
So how did you see it?
Yeah, I also saw a good display. I think teams now are fully invested in terms of their technical departments, because you can see with the growth of the players now are having a sense of maturity, and the most important part of the game now has became the game management. So every point counted this time, and looking at the log where Baroka is seated now, nobody would have called it, with them being always the yo-yo trying and they're always
like the number 8.
Number 8 is.
I'm shocked, eh?
So now that's why when you look at a team, you look at it in terms of the full structure. When you look at the full structure, you're trying to say the technical team is pulling their weight. They're also in this boat. So everybody's doing their part in terms of how they are playing their sessions. They watch matches now. The inside info is that I know they were doing some consultancy job for analyzing. They've been helped a lot, because they one team that never believed in actually analyzing games, so they got some
like video analysis. But Greg, you're at Baroka.
I was at Baroka. You know, I was opportune to be at Baroka for 2 seasons. You know, they have tried every coaches in terms of international coaches. And for me, for once, the chairman, Mr. Koreshi, it felt like, you know, let me just try the one that's, you know, is close to him. And with the coach now. He was the MDC coach, for past
Talker.
2 seasons. Talker, yeah.
Yeah.
Was the MDC coach for past 2 seasons.
And how was Baroka doing in the MDC?
No, the MDC now they restructure it. They were doing.
I'm saying when he was there.
Yeah, they were doing very well.
They were doing very well.
They were always in the top 3.
Yeah.
They were doing very well. He has eyes for talent. In terms of young players coming up. So, and Baroka fit with those players. In terms of the younger ones. Here and there they do buy one or two experienced players just to fill in the team, but. Yeah, I've been there for 2 seasons, with Dr. Kumalo. I've been there with the famous coach, Togo Johnny.
You were all played.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good environment in terms of how they structure what they want to achieve. They always believe that they can do more. And they always respect their position in terms of not smaller team, new team, they always they create history between the likes of Kaiser Chiefs and Swallows. Swallows,
True.
And they have produced a lot of good players, And one player again, that's he's coming up again is Evans, Makopa. Makopa, I've scored 11 goals now. I think he's the one talk of the town now. Yeah. So I think with Baroka, the atmosphere there, it give you opportunity to grow as a coach, which the president always do.
Yeah.
And now this season they have go one step further, trying to build they call it a village in terms of they want to.
I saw that something similar to Chiefs.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna take them time to get there. First of all, they need to get a result on the pitch, because for you to get the two together, you need to get more results. People need to recognize you. So I think for this season, they have been doing very well.
I'm also shocked to see.
Yeah, but just to come in there to Greg, the village that they're trying to build. I think the project that they're trying to build now is they are trying to give opportunities to guys who grew up in that village. Because you look at, for instance, a team like Bilbao. When you're having a team like Bilbao, they've got like 75% of the locals. So then what does that do? It influences also the people in the village to come and support. Like if you see the turnout in terms of when you look at your Black Leopards. Black Leopards always have a good turnout, but now when you look at the numbers of players that are there, so if you can make that as a costume for all the teams to actually have more players that are there, because it makes sense for me to go and watch a match that I know my son is there, team is playing for a certain team that is a local team, than to have the majority of the players that are coming out. So I think also with Amazulu, I think for also Amazulu, I had the owner Zungu, Mr. Zungu. Mr. Zungu also spoke well about that. He also encouraged that he wants a child that grows up in KZN. When they speak about Amazulu, what do they mean? So every child needs to envy to play for Amazulu. Stop going to want to play for Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, and all these
want
teams.
to play for Amazulu.
So you must want.
Why are you smiling, Tim?
So the theory sounds familiar. But in the context of football, it has become global. I understand where you must have a footprint, and local businesses, the community has to be engaged and everything like that. My view will be different. You'll need to assimilate whoever becomes a player or whoever associated with the club to belong to that club at a particular moment in time, because you're gonna have players coming from Gauteng. They bring something different from somebody born in Amazon, in the KwaZulu-Natal or Limpopo. But what you need to do is, whenever you get a player, you try to assimilate them into what Amazon is, into what Black Leopards is, and they belong there. So that when I come from Uganda, I forget about that I'm in Uganda. At that moment in time, I'm in Limpopo, I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, I'm in Bloemfontein. So that assimilation and the sense of belonging, you'll get the results. It's very important.
With Baroka, is from the base in Lobakomo, if I'm not mistaken. I pronounce it very well. I don't know. Yeah, Lobakomo. So they play their games. They play their games in
Peter
Polokwane.
Mukwaba.
Yeah, Polokwane. And they spend a lot of money in terms of what the chairman was trying to explain to us. You know, they spend money to play in that big, because they play in the World Cup stadium.
Yes.
I remember when Polokwane City was still in the PSL, they play in the smaller stadium because just to accommodate and all those things. And Black Leopard, there's time they want to play too in Polokwane, but whenever they play in Toyando, the stadium, when the supporters were allowed to come to the stadium, it's always full, you know.
Yeah, it's packed.
You know, so they make a lot of money and get takings there, you know, just because of this situation we are now with the pandemic now. So it's a little bit difficult for a lot of teams. But I think with Koroche, he always have that ambition to build a stadium in.
Like he has a plan.
He has a big plan. But I think he says over 5 years, he think he can get a stadium in Lobakomo, and he wants teams like Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, Pirate to come and play there in the village.
Yeah, but if you look at the log standings today, you can have a sense that every club, I think the landscape, the football landscape in South Africa is changing. Is if the big three teams are not careful, they're gonna be the former big teams.
Not Sundowns. No. You see, not Sundowns, not Pirates,
not Chiefs.
This is what we are saying.
Yeah.
And
the landscape.
The landscape is going to change.
How?
And this is how it's going to change.
Okay.
Initially, before we had DSTV coming to sponsor the league, we had individual owners of teams forking money from their family businesses and their pockets. And then the scouting was very serious. They could make an effort to go and find the right players. So the sponsorship came in. It sort of relieved some of the owners. So they will take serious players.
The PSL grant.
Yes. So they could recruit 20 players who are going to compete, and then the rest are those.
No, but you still add. It doesn't matter if you get the money from the PSL.
No.
You still need to add something to get more quality.
No. You know, this is what I'm trying to drive at. What you do with that money? You know, initially it was from your own business. Today you're getting something like a grant.
So you are spent.
If you make use of that grant, you'll have the likes of Baroka establishing a very good brand. You get the likes of Cape Town City establishing a good. You have got now TTM getting organized. You're getting Bloemfontein and Celtic. I'm telling you,
Mr. Tim, let me shock you. Most of the teams you're calling now, they owe a lot of debt. You know why? Because they sack coaches during the season. They have to pay.
Let me tell you something about football.
They sack players which isn't supposed to sign.
They go to FIFA.
They go to FIFA.
Worldwide.
We have
Ethiopia, worldwide, football is the only business that operates on debt and still slide. So when we talk about debt,
every team is in debt.
Let's talk. When we talk about debt, debt is operational.
That's why
in football, what's happening is they are in debt, but they are still operational. And they are competing. What I'm trying to say is, what is happening in South Africa? We're having something similar to what happened in the English Premier League. We had Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea only with money. Now we have got the so-called Arabs coming to take over the Americans. And even these small teams now have got some money. So these players who are
which small team you're talking about? I don't know any small team in the Premiership. Most of the guys that put the money in the Premiership, they go to the bigger teams.
No.
They go to the bigger team to invest more because they know that they're going to get more from there.
The issue
so
is
you're talking about Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns.
Yes.
They're always going to be ahead of Baroka. They're going to be ahead of Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
you know why?
Because
they have
the landscape is changing. Get me right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The teams that are sustaining the likes of Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns are the so-called Golden Arrows. Why? Cape Town City, Maritzburg United. Why? Because they need to sell one player. To get money to run the club. What I'm trying to tell you is that with this grant coming, if it's put to good use, these teams are going to start holding on to their good price assets.
No, Calvin, there's no team.
The big word is let's understand that one.
Landscape is understood.
Let me tell you something.
But what I'm trying to say, when you're coming, if you have a team or a player is performing to his best and the other one is putting effort, if you try to come and you don't put effort, they're going to be in the same position. What I'm trying to say, when other teams are coming to get the Chiefs and Sundowns and Pirates, they are moving upward. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because they're already ahead, miles.
No.
So the grant you're talking about, as I said earlier before, most of the teams on those scenario, they're always fighting in relegation.
No.
They have to sell. They are all
It's not
excellent
that they
teams.
have to sell. I
The
can
other
give you an
teams,
example.
the other teams,
They
the other-
have to. Tim.
when I was
for
at
them to survive, they have to sell.
No, let me tell you
They have
something.
to sell. Even your team, when you're at Bloemfontein, you want to go and play for
No.
Pirates. You want to go and
Okay,
play
let
for
me tell you
Chiefs.
my story. That what
Okay.
happened. It was simple.
Yeah.
Jimmy Augusti said, "Over my dead body, I will never sell Timothy."
Mm.
So Kaizer Chiefs came. They threw the
So
open check.
Whoa.
No.
They
Tim,
refused.
Tim, Kaizer Chiefs wanted to sign you,
Yes.
And you say no.
and you said no.
No, I didn't say no.
Okay.
Ah.
Even when I wanted to go to Chiefs,
Yeah.
I had a contract with Celtic.
Yeah.
So there's no way you can move unless Celtic permits
Yeah.
that transaction take place. They
Mm.
said no.
Mm.
And now Chiefs will move on. They moved on and bought Nahayo.
Okay.
You
Ah,
understand?
Valerie
So
Nahayo.
what am I trying to tell you?
Mm.
It is something simple. You're looking at the likes of Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
Okay, the clear example is Amazon.
Yeah.
They've got Zungu.
Yeah.
Mr. Zungu has got the money.
Mm.
So he can pay a player who wants to go to Chiefs the
Okay.
same amount of money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's going to keep that player
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Amazon is going to be competitive.
Mm.
Another example is Sundowns.
Mm.
Before Dr. Patrice Motsepe took over,
Yes.
they were not winning trophies.
Mm.
He came in, open check, the results started coming back. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Chiefs will need to pay
Yeah.
equivalent what Sundowns is doing. Sundowns, Pirates.
Yeah.
Now, if you get Amazon doing the same,
Mm.
a player will choose to stay at Amazon instead of going to the bench
Yeah. So
in
Let-
Sundowns, and it will be a competitive league.
let me give you another scenario. Okay, a player will decide that I want to go to a team, and the club say,
Decide
okay,
on based on what?
based on maybe he has stayed long in the team that he was playing for before, or maybe you feel like he's not being recognized, or maybe you feel like you need a new challenge. There's
Yeah,
three things. There's
no,
three things
There
you
are,
need
two
to
things
consider.
there are two things
Yeah.
that I may know.
Right.
It's
Mm.
it's money and
Yeah.
it's for the player to play.
No,
Yeah.
but you see,
So
you
it's
see, there's something that players we are not understanding, or players don't understand.
Mhm.
The moment you enter into a contract
Mm.
with a club,
Mm.
you no longer have any say. Whether you want
No.
to go, you're not having game
See,
time.
Mm.
It's not up to you. Now the club owns you.
Yes.
So you need to perform, behave well, and then request to be released. If you don't,
that's
they
why
have the right to hold on to you.
That's why
Yes.
most of the teams they say they are best players because they need to balance the book. They are not going to be. It's once in a while you get the likes of Zungu come to Amazulu and put a lot of money. We have someone that tried it at TTM.
Mm.
How do we end up? We end up again
no.
I
selling
think
it.
the Zungu case is not gonna
No,
happen.
I'm not saying that
No.
because it can happen.
No one
you never
tried,
know.
No one
Ah,
tried
we
it
don't
at
have
TTM.
that. That's
TTM.
TTM was a transaction went wrong.
Yeah.
No,
And
what
as we
transaction?
speak now,
The money-
the one who bought
they say-
Bidvest is no longer the owner of TTM.
That's what I'm trying
We
to
have
say.
got another person who's
So,
trying to rectify
All
the
we
mess.
recognized before that Bidvest was bought by someone
Mm.
that want to make sure TTM become a bigger team.
Mm.
You understand? So at the end of the day,
The vision was good.
but the money sometimes it's not the money you buy the club with that's the important one. It's the one that sustain the players, sustain the running of the team. Sustain about. So you have the Kaizer Chiefs, you have the Sundowns, you have the Pirates. Not with the grant. They don't survive with the grant money.
Now, but how do you
They
come
don't
into
they don't
business
survive with the
without
grants. No,
operational
I'm not
cost?
saying-
Not
I'm not
understanding the operational cost. How do you come into business without understanding that?
No, what is simple
Some-
The
is we are
vision
not
could be
saying
good, but the
grant-
operational cost you should have. When you took the team,
Yeah.
you were supposed to know all of that.
Oh yeah, TTM should have seen it.
I mean, that's a blunder on his own. So did he had the money to run the team,
No,
or was trying to
no.
rescue a
He
situation?
thought he had.
Mm.
Even Celtic had similar issues. And
No, they have similar issues.
with remember last
Shabalala-
season, yeah,
no,
with
Shabalala-
Max Shabalala,
yeah.
players weren't being paid
Yeah.
Mm.
and all that drama.
We-
Yeah.
We have so much drama going on. But what I'm saying, beyond that,
Yeah.
let's look at a situation where clubs are now stabilized. The grant is just something to subsidize
Mm.
what the owner has got
Yeah.
to run the team. But we're saying,
Also, Tim, can I please correct one thing?
yeah,
We should stop calling it a grant.
Mm.
Like this is not like money for not doing anything.
No.
This money comes from TV
Operation,
rights,
yeah.
Yeah.
this money comes from sponsorship that the PSL gets.
Yes.
This is not just free money that's being
Yeah.
given to teams. Yes, I don't know why we call it a grant, because this money comes from TV rights.
Yeah.
MultiChoice pays billions to the PSL.
Yeah.
Then the PSL distributes the money
Yeah.
to the clubs. I'm not sure about how they distribute it evenly, or maybe the bigger chunk goes to the Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns.
I think it goes
I'm not sure.
I think it goes with the way you see it in the log.
In terms of end of the season,
what-
or in terms of what I know about the grant, I don't know how much is it now. I think, if I'm not mistaken,
about
2.5.
No, it's more.
No, for now, I think
Yeah.
it's 2.5. You know, with the NFD about 500.
Yeah,
if I'm not-
1,000, yeah.
So I mean, so it's a big difference. That's why you see no team want to get relegated. But
It's because no one has those rights.
No,
Yeah.
okay, Etafia, I understand that, but I'm giving an example. For example, you've got Cape Town City.
yeah,
You know, most of the players in Cape Town have got an opportunity either to play for Cape Town City or the Glad African teams. Now,
Yeah.
players will desire to perform,
yeah,
to put themselves on the
the
map,
map,
so
yeah.
that big teams can come and take them, which is fine. So
Yeah.
that team's gonna be competitive.
Mm.
That team's gonna be competitive. So if owners can focus to make their teams competitive, they
Yeah.
can challenge the big
Yeah,
teams.
Yeah.
The history of the big teams
Mm.
is still holding them. It's still holding sway now.
True, true.
It's making them look competitive
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But if you go in detail,
Yeah.
we have got TTM eliminating Sundowns.
Mm.
Now, on paper, you can't believe that can happen.
Mm. On
now-
penalties, eh?
But now, no, it doesn't matter. They are out. They are out. When you talk about the finals, we talk about the finals. We talk about TTM and Chippa United.
Mm.
Now, if we can take away this confusion taking place in the Chippa,
Yeah.
you can imagine if all these money
No,
is
but
being
Tim, how
paid.
can we take it out?
No, it's gonna
We
come.
cannot take
No,
it out
no,
because
no,
it's there.
No, no, no.
You
No,
leave
no.
that confusion
I'm-
there
I'm
because
saying-
they are
no, no.
used to it.
No.
So
I'm
how are you
saying-
going to take it out?
This is what I'm saying. Let's hope he's waking up.
Where
on-
are we
on-
going to
No,
hope?
no. Let's hope he's waking up on the right
As
side
we are
of the bed.
speaking now, there's a new technical director there.
It doesn't matter. So let's assume this new technical director
Mm.
is gonna put some sense in the boss, and then he stops wasting that money,
Mm.
firing coaches and paying them,
Mm.
and put those resources to good
It's a
use.
good use,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pay the
It
players
strengthens
well.
the team.
Look after the technical team. That team will be competitive.
But you see the Aranaka team, you know, in this PSL, you know, do you know teams that make more money? Is the teams that are bottom of the log, because the owners they panic. They
No,
feel like
you said they
when
don't make more money.
no,
Let me
wait,
correct you.
no,
They
I mean the
waste more
players.
money.
No, not waste, because at the end of the day, the players are working. You have a contract, right?
Yeah.
But now you spend that money, which you could have spent in the beginning of the season, and say that, guys, this is how we go.
Yeah.
Not when the team is in trouble. Now you
No.
Now you have
instead of
bonuses.
giving them,
You know-
for instance, you negotiate, maybe say, okay, guys, let's go like this. We go to win the league. We're gonna be like this, or we go so situation. But now when the team is down, instead of normally you negotiate with them maybe 1,000, all of a sudden you say, win this game, I'm gonna give you 10,000.
But they still
So
lose.
I mean, why
So it's fine. They still lose.
want to make that situation?
No,
you know?
listen. There's a serious challenge.
Yeah.
You know, some of these bosses, when they used to call these team meetings, the team is not performing well, and you're having these discussions, and you're saying, you guys, you don't work hard. You know, you don't come early in the morning. They want to work like civil servants.
Yeah.
Football is different. That understanding is missing.
Mm.
Now, that knowledge that if you train hard, you rest the body to be competitive and everything like that,
Yeah.
they miss that. For them, they are looking at the money they are spending on the players, transport, and everything like that. So the owners are complaining more of how they are spending so much money,
Expenditures,
but
yeah.
not understanding what it takes to get results.
Yeah.
Now, once you understand how to get results, I can tell you this: if you attend Sundowns training session, you can laugh when you go. You know, Pitts when is training. They'll play a game. The following day, they are playing table tennis. They are playing basketball. You know, but that's regeneration
Yeah.
for the players to be competitive, so that they are fresh in a game.
Yeah.
You still have coaches who are going to play 11 aside for the whole week,
When they are playing,
and
the
then
next day,
and
yeah.
then the following day they are playing a game. So they have already the players have already
Team,
lost
which team,
energy.
which team is that?
No, I was
Which coaches?
No, it's an
No,
example.
No,
It's an
no.
example that
You
is
must
made.
tell me. I
No.
know I can name one or two teams for you. So in the PSL now, I can tell you one or two teams that normally do that, and they still do that.
And how are they faring out?
Yeah, they're there, but they're not fighting relegation. They are there in the mid-table.
So you are okay with what they're
No, I'm
doing?
not okay with it, because what I'm trying to say is that what works for you, you stick with it.
No.
In terms of, I
the
can't
game
follow.
has evolved.
Yeah, it cannot evolve.
We cannot stick with the old ways of doing things.
Thank
I
you.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But now again, we have to look at it in a way. Football is evolving.
Yeah.
When you periodize,
Mm.
when you plan for teams,
Yeah.
and when you plan for a season,
Yeah.
there has to be a period where you know how to plan for competitions,
Yeah.
and you know how to plan for the league.
Yeah.
Now, the reason now, if I will just go into it, the TX Galaxy one.
Yeah.
Now they're suffering in terms of the numbers where they cannot refresh the squad. Also, Swallows having the same situation. They are engulfed with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But now, if trusting the coach should know better, because he knows how to periodize.
Yeah.
Is it because of the resources at Swallows that doesn't allow him to sign these type of players that he may need as a backup? Those are some of the points that we need to look at now. When you're going back to the Baroka case, we're looking in a sense whereby things are now starting to trickle up in the right direction. So Ducks are following each other now, and now everyone is surprised, because you will be looking at the league now and thinking they are sitting 13, 14, 15, almost to be there to fight for relegation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now when something is good is happening, we need to applaud that, and teams needs to start. No, now when we talk about the landscape, we are talking about the similar things that are happening, whereby if your capital is put into good use and your daily operations are run well, this is when now you are going to get those results, because it takes more than that.
Kevin, let me say something, in terms of with the PSL, PSL is it's a big business now with every owner. You want to win game. You want to keep your job as a coach.
True.
You don't have the resources that Sundance have in terms of, when I mean resources, in terms of the players now, personnel. You have so players in your team.
Yeah.
Maybe you arrive in the team during the mid-season, or maybe the season is on and something happened, you become the coach. And that's the players you have. There's no way you can do, there's nothing you can do. Typical example with Kaizer Chiefs. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do in that scenario? You play to the strength of the players. But when you start a season and now you have your opportunity to buy your own players, and you want to implement your own philosophy.
May I come in there?
So now, I'm talking about learning about PISO and you having your own team. So teams can never be the same. The way TS Galaxy are playing now is not the way Sundance gonna play. It's not the way SuperSport gonna play. You have to play to the strength of your player. You have to play to the strength of what you have at that moment. You might change it later. You might refresh in terms of new ideas and all, but what works for you and give you result at that point, you stick with it.
Etafia, you've mentioned some, right points. You don't need to compare. You are giving us an example of Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs has got a history. The same team that was on the verge of winning the championship, and they were second. They're the same players.
The top striker.
No.
It's a big difference. When you have a striker that scored 13 goals in a season.
No, when you want to fail. When you want to fail, you start giving excuses and explaining why things wrongly are happening. So we are saying the players that were there are still the same.
Yeah.
When Coach Gavin Hunt came in, he did sign knowingly that he's not going to have any additions to the squad. So that's the squad he knew was going. The same squad is playing well in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah.
Which is the top African competition. And they're in the quarterfinals. You understand? So now the question is, the question is simple. The question is simple.
Yeah.
Why is it that Kaizer Chiefs is struggling, to transfer that form to the local league?
Because the top scorer that have 13 goals beginning of the season.
I disagree.
Didn't start the season. He always start the season.
The reason why you are called a coach.
12 games into the season. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Because if you have a player single-handedly score 13 goals and didn't start the season, what do you do?
So you rely on one man?
No.
Barcelona.
Team that finished.
Barcelona, who is their main player?
No,
it
let me
doesn't
tell
matter
you.
who's their main player. He's not playing alone. He's
He's-
playing with the rest
yeah,
of the team.
you know,
but he's an influential
Ah,
player.
so-
in the
so-
game.
Nokovic,
No, let me
also
tell-
Nokovic.
Don't be fair.
let me tell you now.
It's-
Nah,
okay,
guys,
it's
you
influential
can't make
player.
excuses like that.
Guys,
man. You cannot.
We are going to fail to understand because how many games has he played and how many goals has he scored now?
Whom?
Nukovic.
If you're coming from injury,
No. You see, that's
Injury
No,
is part
let
of
me-
football.
yeah, you're coming from injury.
No.
True. As you
He
say,
has recovered.
Okay.
he has recovered.
Let me tell you.
and he's contributing.
once a player is deemed to be ready,
Yeah.
there is no injuries, there is no history.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Yeah.
He has to deliver.
Mm.
I repeat it.
Mm.
If you have to don Sundowns, Chiefs,
Pirates.
Yeah.
Manchester United,
Mm.
Arsenal,
Mm.
Chelsea, we don't know that you have been injured. Now you are ready. We expect you to deliver.
Okay.
These other stories that you have been
Ah,
injured, it's
yeah.
trying to
You,
explain.
Tim,
Yes.
you can't even be off form.
No.
It's not about being off
know,
form.
what
It's
is
about
it
being
then?
ready
Yeah.
to play. When
you
the
see-
coach says he's ready to play,
Is it
Kelvin.
fitness ready?
No.
I'm fit.
yeah,
can-
fitness
But I'm
ready.
just-
Then
no,
why am
but
I
I'm
playing
just-
him?
But
No.
I'm not just scoring.
No, because you don't have an
Let me tell you
opportunity to
something.
sign
Let me
any other
tell you,
player.
We should understand something.
No, guys, that's the-
Once a player is fielded on the field of play,
So you
I don't want to hear a coach saying he's coming from an injury, is not much fit.
Mm.
you are already
That
making
you are
an
meant to have
excuse.
done it behind the scenes.
Okay.
By the time you bring this player on the field of play,
Yeah.
we know that that's your best player.
guys.
You've got.
I can't even play you for 20 minutes.
No,
It's good
you know,
for
trying to
match.
negate
Okay.
your fitness.
this is what I'm saying.
But
Those
That's not
20
fair.
no, those 20 minutes you have chosen as a coach,
Mm.
you know very well that you'll get the best out of that player.
Yeah.
That's why you're giving him 20 minutes.
Mm.
So you should, at that moment in time, believe that that's your best player who will give you the best
Yeah.
result in that particular moment. Now, we have developed this habit of defending failure, which is not right. If I've failed, I've failed. I need to correct that.
Mm.
The reason why you are called a coach is because you need to coach the
Yeah.
next player to fill in the shoes somebody else. I always say, Ferguson said,
Mm.
there's always the next player who is better than
You.
even you.
Mm.
So what am I trying to say? Once this player is out,
Yeah.
he's not available.
Yeah.
So we should even forget about him and concentrate on this player on the field of play to deliver us and give us the result.
Yeah.
like,
So
like for example, now there's one player that came up, Ngobo.
yeah.
We did. We know he was part of the multi-choice.
Yeah.
He graduated and he got to the first team, and he made a name for himself now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now this gives us an opportunity to say, let's refresh the squad.
But
Refresh
they don't
the
have
squad.
opportunity to do that.
No.
In terms of buying.
Yeah.
In terms of buying.
Let me lay it down
Okay,
so that you
okay.
can understand.
Okay,
Okay.
let's hear from
if
Soso.
Chiefs are going to have a proper structure in developing players, if you can find Ngobo and be at this form and deliver for Chiefs, think about the other Ngobos at other position if they were doing the same. Would you also still say the same thing about Nikovic?
Who, Nukovic?
Yeah.
Nukovic is a different.
No,
it's a
would you
different-
still say the
if
same
they
thing?
perform, if you have a striker that is scoring now, or if you have,
The example that I'm making is
Yeah,
we have a Ngobo that
Yeah.
is sensational, that is
Yeah.
doing well, right?
Yeah.
He's an influence player, and we know
Don't
they are
forget,
senior
no,
players.
Kelvin, don't forget,
Mhm.
he's not. He's an influential player in terms of game by game,
Yeah.
but he hasn't finished a season, and now you can crown him and say, no, he contributed for Kaiser Chiefs to be in social position.
Understood.
What I'm trying to say to you, Nukovic, him alone got
Yeah.
13 goals for Kaiser Chiefs
Mhm.
last
That's
season.
past.
That's what I'm trying. No, we
Okay,
comparing.
okay.
We comparing.
Leave that.
Let me
That's
put
that.
it-
Leave
let me-
that.
let me
We're
put- for
talking
this
about
season,
now.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
you
Etafia.
come to.
Let's put it in
wait, let me
perspective.
finish. Let me
He
finish my
was
own
not-
point.
You know.
Let me finish
But
my
I
point.
want you to get to the point
I'm
whereby-
coming in. I'm coming
Okay.
in. I'm in. The ref. I'm in. I'm gonna control the situation. Thank you for watching at home on YouTube. We see you, Sandy Koboka. We see you. Thank you for watching, guys. Please do talk to us using the hashtag FR Sports Rep. Please do call us. We want to hear your views as well. 065-874-8881. 065-874-8881. Do call us. Speaking of Kune, Sundowns is playing Kaizer Chiefs, but let's hear from. Let's have a listen to what Kune has said ahead of this encounter.
Good morning, leadership, and good morning to the Kosi faithfuls. My name is Itumeleng Kune, and Things have been going well. It's good to be back. It's good to be playing. It's good to be competing. But yes, we've been playing very well. It's just that the results haven't been coming our way. So we really have to dig deeper to get the results, because there's only 8 games left of the 2020-2021 season. So we just have to keep working hard and grinding for results and make the Khosi Faithfuls proud of their team. Yeah, Sundowns has been doing very well, but at this stage, we're focusing on ourselves, we're focusing on our game plan, we're focusing on how we can take advantage of the opportunities we create. We're taking one game as it comes, but it's very important that every game we go to now, we go into to dig deep for the results, and we're going to fight until the end. Yeah, it hasn't been a very easy season for us from start, but we are clapping together as a team, and we fight for each other, we fight for the badge. And yes, 8-game unbeaten run. But on Wednesday against Cape Town City, we gave it away. I think we just have to minimize the mistakes. And after minimizing the mistakes, because every time we concede goals, if you had to look at the way we concede goals, it's through lapses of concentration. So if we can just concentrate more and minimize those mistakes, I think we can avoid conceding those silly goals. But it takes the whole team to stay focused, to stay switched on throughout the 90 minutes. But yeah, as a goalkeeper, obviously you have to lead from the back onto the front, and you just have to keep all the players on their toes, keep reminding them to stay switched on. So yes, preparations against Sundowns have been going very well. We training hard. We know what to expect. They are a very good side. They play good football, and not taking anything away from us. We're also doing well, and it's going to be a tough match for us. And it's an away match, so we just have to go to Loftus in Pretoria and give our all and try and match Sundowns in all the departments. I think as individuals, if we can all win our individual battles, I think we can come out victorious in that match. We all know how good Sundowns is, but I think in the past we've done well against them. And yes, like I said, if we can just win our individual battles, try and match their individual brilliance, we can win the match. So we are well prepared for them, and all we can promise our fans is they must have faith in us, they must have the belief, because we have the belief. Hence we went 8 matches without a loss. So we are going to Pretoria to fight. We are going for the battle, we are going for war. We not going to make it easy for our opponents, but we are going there to defend the badge. And it's very important that we take the game to them and not allow them space, not allow them to take advantage of the fact that we just lost our previous game against Cape Town City. So it's very important that we go in there knowing very well what is at stake. 3 points is at stake. We are not in a good position at the moment, and we are a big club, and it has to show on the day that we want to get into the top 8. And by getting into the top 8, we need to start collecting points, and it starts on Sunday against Sundowns, that we are going to fight for all 3 points. And then other games will take good care of after the Sundowns match. So we are ready. We've rolled up our sleeves, and it's going to be important that we make our Kaizer Chiefs faithfuls proud of their team and proud of their players. So we just have to go out there and fight. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That was Itumeleng Kune. He says they are doing very well. I'm not sure where they are doing well. Greg, just listening to his tone, what are you picking up? He's saying one thing, but it doesn't sound like.
Yeah, convincing a lot, But I just feel like, with Itu and everything he has passed through personally, and the team, I feel like, there's a lot of things in his mind, and with the tone, you feel like he has that belief that he could have contributed more for the team to go up the table. And if he's in good form, which we know he can be, the team will be competing for the league, in terms of how they did it last season. They just missed it on the last day. But I think, for me, Kune remained one of the best goalkeepers in the country, even not in the of course, in the continent too, in terms of what he have achieved. He has been at the World Cup. He has played. He has been the best goalkeeper in the league for a very long time. This is one of the worst seasons I've seen. Kaizer Chiefs. This is the second time. 2007, 2008.
Yeah,
that's when they have this kind of results. In terms of after 22 games.
Yeah.
2008 and 2007, 2008. After 22 games, they were having 27 points.
Yeah.
And this is the second time it's happening. They're having 25 points.
Yeah, but this is poor though.
Yeah,
but looking at the man in charge, let's hear from Soso. I see, Tim, you're itching there. You want to say something? What have you got to say, Soso? Were the expectations just too much for Kaizer Chiefs?
Not really.
Yeah, from on the brink of winning the league.
Yeah, I think what messed them up, I think it's the one where they never had the favor of doing things they wanted to do, meaning they were not able to sign. That I understand.
But I'm saying that one we knew.
True.
That was inevitable. It was like Chelsea, I think last season or so, they couldn't sign.
Yeah.
They knew. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'm not sure even if they got to Europe. I'm not sure. Did they make it to Europe last season under Lampard? I think they did. They did. Yes.
Yeah. I think that maybe that's one that has worked on the player's mind, also maybe also in the coach, because maybe I still feel the coach has his own way of wanting to do things, bringing players that will suit his style. I think Chiefs were in the desperate measures to get a coach that's going to get them silverware.
Yeah.
And the coach that was there that you could harbor on was Kevin Hunt. And knowing his track record, so they wanted to bring back those glory days and get the Cups going. So unfortunately, it never panned out the way, because I'm sure if he was allowed and there was an open checkbook, a lot of players you wouldn't have seen them at Chiefs at this
You'd have
time.
sold them. They
You
would have been, or
you
not
would have let them go
renewed.
or not renewed, because even now they are still in talk. They're still in conversation with some of the players whether to renew contracts or not. Now it's giving you a picture when the man really has now power. What could he do? I think in the way that he plays, also is looking to play more of a direct football, and that's not Chiefs culture. Chiefs don't play like that. They're a team that starts at the back. They are building. They are build up team.
Yeah.
So their goals, you can date back when Ted was there. Ted, the emphasis was total football. Always you try and play. It becomes a team goal, not route one. You head. This is when now it comes in the case of Nikovic, whereby you play with one player and then he gets injured. You're not allowed to play that route one because we don't have a point of reference. But at the end of the day, it was what it was. The coach went in there knowing very well that what he needs to do. But again, we can't take away that this is a team that finished second, that were in the brink of winning the league. What could have changed? What are the dynamics that are going on the boardroom? It's something that maybe might not be aware of. And again, I think the coach was tested in terms of his coaching credentials. What can he do? Because he's good on building teams. We know that SuperSport, they are who they are today because he also had a hand. Swallows also, Vets as well. So
Are you
the
sure?
the list is there. Yeah.
He took over from SuperSport when Pitso left.
Yeah.
He took over from Bidvest West when Baka left. So the foundation was there. He took over from Chiefs.
Well, he brought his own players.
He took,
No,
you see,
he-
this is-
No, the
this- you
foundation,
see,
no,
you see,
yeah.
this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Every coach has got their own philosophy. But sometimes our philosophies are failed simply because we are not adopting to what you have at that particular moment in time. Now, Gavin Hunt has always gone to a team and was
That
able
was
to get the
well-resourced,
material that he
yeah.
wants. And he gets it. If it's not working, he changes it until he gets it right. And he has always got results. I'm sure he's finding this scenario for the first time in his career, where he's coming into Chiefs. He cannot bring in any player that he desires to.
Work with what you have.
So now he has to coach the players that he has got at that particular moment in time. Now, there's going to be a clash in philosophies. One thing I know about players in big teams, actually, take it from me, players in big teams don't train as hard as players in the lower teams.
That I can attest to that.
No, but
And
I can
now,
attest to that. It's true.
what happens is, Gavin Hunt is the old school coach. You have to work hard. You have to train hard and show me on training that you are ready to deliver. Now, if you are, for example, you are one player, we have got an example. I can give an example of Pep Guardiola when he went to Manchester City. He came across Aguero. Aguero is not the type of player who runs hard and fights in training. He's more sluggish, laid back, and everything like that. So at first he said, what kind of player is this? On the verge of releasing him, he played him and he scored 4 goals. And he said, wait a minute. This is the first time I'm coming across such a player. So you have to understand the cycle of player. They are training players. In my career, I've come across players who are very good at training.
Yeah.
And they will never deliver when it comes to a competitive game. And then you have got the John Madukas in training, 100% same on the field of play. You've got players, when I came to this country, they say Timothy is too big, like a rugby player. He can't play. My chance to play came about because I overheard a coach saying, this guy cannot even kick. We don't know whether he can mark or not. So it landed in my ears. So the following day, I went and kicked the Siamonga and Kosis, the Spandiles. I kicked all of them and went back to the center line. That's when they said, hey, they even went and reported me to Mr. Jim Agusti. Said, this foreigner now is kicking all of us. He wants to break us. So when they say, Timothy, why are you kicking your friend? I said, no. The coach said, I won't play because he has never seen me kick. So for this whole week, I'm going to kick all strikers. I don't want them near me so that I want to play.
Yeah.
And that's how I got the chance to play. So, because for us in Uganda, when you are my teammate, I'll even leave you to control the ball. If I'm marking as a striker, I'll even tell you, you know what? Can you turn and try to shoot? You understand? And then the coach will understand that I can win the ball,
Yeah.
but I'm giving the striker the chance to try and score because that's what we need in a game.
Yeah.
Now the training methods are different. In South Africa, every training session is like 90-minute game. You understand? You have to prove that you are good enough to play in the team. So what is happening is there's before the 90 minutes of 3 points, you have already played
the
like
90 minutes.
about 90 minutes times 5.
Yeah.
So the players already tired before the serious game. So if you can't manage that, you're gonna struggle. So when it comes to Chiefs, I would like to say that having competed so rigorously well, you know, they had millions of who understood the players.
Yeah.
From the face value, you may think Chiefs had the greatest squad. It wasn't. Middlesbrough made use of the available materials then, and he made them competitive, so they looked good. And everybody said, why couldn't they win the championship? So when the well-oiled machine, that is in Sundowns, came, people were not understanding. COVID disrupted everything.
Yeah.
Because you're having a team that had a good momentum, that is Kaizer Chiefs, taking so long, there's this lockdown, then they come back, they're playing through a bubble. That's why they crumbled and lost the championship. Sundowns, they have got the God-given talent. They have the skill. They just need the guidance to make it well-oiled. So it worked for them in the bubble.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why the Chiefs lost the championship. It was
Okay,
not because
cool.
of the good players. So for me, what I'm saying is, Kaizer Chiefs need to understand that the players they have is the best they have got.
Yeah.
Use that, motivate them like they are motivating them in the Champions League. Get the best out of this season. And then when the gates are open, you can get the players in. You can as well sign and not be competitive next season.
Before you start there, Greg, thank you guys for watching. We see you out there on YouTube. Buledi Joey Mphahlele, Jakada SH. We see you, Abel Matwasa. Okay, we're gonna take a comment from Jakada. Guys, we mustn't hide the facts. Gavin Hunt failed. all these players at Chiefs lost league on the last match. So you can't tell us that he's losing because he didn't sign players. I'll throw that on to Soso. Thoughts, please, Calvin.
Ooh. That's a hot one. Yeah, that's a hot one. Yeah, again, it goes back to my point where I said Chiefs never became bad overnight. They had the squad, they had the material. For them to finish second, it wasn't accidental. It's just that the coach that came in just needed to carry on from where they were.
Yeah.
So, again...
In Gavin's standards, has he failed?
When Coach Gavin Hunt is giving the press conference, even after the game, he believes he's not doing well.
He's always saying, I know what to do. I know what to do.
And he will say,
why isn't he doing what he has to do?
I won't say much.
Yes. He always says that.
I won't say much.
Yeah. There are things I can't say.
You know,
is it because...
Let me tell you something. When you come into a team, you understand, the old players, the senior players always suffer because there is always suspicion that maybe you're not playing for the coach. When the team is not doing well, so many theories eventually they look to be true. Now, what's happening is Gavin Hunt comes in. Unfortunately, he has got Kamabiriat injured. Nukovic injured. He has got these players, he tries them everything. They had to lose a player in the middle of the season. Kaizer Chiefs losing a player in the middle of the season, it means something was not right in the dressing room. If you understand football very well, if a team is able to release a player
in the middle of the
season, they terminate that contract. Even when they protect it by not saying it, you can read between the lines. Something is not right.
This is Nchangase.
Yes,
you are referring to.
Yes. So much has happened. So we are having. If you had the tone from Ntumbulo Kune, if I was part of management of Kaizer Chiefs, Kune would not be doing interviews
right now
for what he has been going through. I would protect. But
he's the club captain.
It doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
No,
at this point, it's very fragile.
It's letting the supporters. Sometimes you need to get communication to your supporters.
See the thing
he's the biggest
See,
star.
the thing is, Greg. The thing is this: the message that he was giving us,
Yeah,
it was positive. The tone
yeah.
was not the
Yeah,
message.
he's saying one thing, but
So now-
Calvin, wait,
when
Tim,
if
hold
you
on.
hear a captain
Hold on.
saying, and we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs,
Hold on.
the brand Kaizer Chiefs, and I'm hearing we're going to fight, fight.
yeah, but how's he saying it?
Now let me tell you something about
Mm.
Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
When you're in Golden Arrows, Celtic, when you're going to play Sundowns, Chiefs, Pirates, it's almost one up because of the difference in names before the game starts. Now, if Chiefs, Sundowns come and they don't exert themselves in the first 15 minutes, the other team gains momentum. They start believing.
That they
What
can do.
am I trying to say from this tone? They're saying they are doing well. That's being in denial. You are trying to speak to the fans what they want to hear. The fans understand that it's not well.
At
And
this
we are-
moment,
and
who
we
is
are
the
saying-
right person to speak to them?
No.
Is it the captain of the team?
You see,
Or is it the coach? Or if they make an interview, like maybe the journalists want to speak to someone, the team.
Ethiopia-
So the team, they'll say, okay, no, we don't have anybody to speak to you guys. Who is the captain?
That's why we
you see-
have managers.
No.
Managers need to
They
take
don't want
control
to.
of
The
the
journalists.
situation.
The journalists want an
No,
interview.
Sosibo,
He don't want to
there-
speak to the
there's
manager.
something
He
simple.
want to
No.
hear. He want to
I'm-
hear from
I'm-
the captain.
I'm talking about that's why we have managers.
Mm.
Managers should know this. They know that what he's been through. So now take someone else.
Who?
Take
Come
someone
Abirian can
else.
speak. You're
Shine- if you talk about Kaizer Chiefs for
Yes.
the past 6 years,
Yes.
coming to now,
Yes.
I mean, in recent time,
Yes.
it too contribute a lot
No,
for
we
that
understand,
brand.
but
So
understand
now,
the fact
at the
that
moment,
what he's
at the
going
moment,
through
at
in
the
his
moment,
life.
No.
at the moment, he is the captain of the team.
No.
He is the one they want to speak to.
No.
And he-
No, it cannot be like that.
So if
Let
I
me-
want,
let-
like
let-
for
No.
instance, you go to a press conference.
Interviews can stay. No. That one I do not agree with.
You
that
cannot come to my home
No.
Yeah.
and decide what I should serve you. It's something simple.
But
What is
you
important?
guys mean to tell me whoever gave us that interview sold Kune under the bus?
No, this is what
Yes.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
So
You
whoever
under
did-
the emotional turmoil that
let
he's
me
going
tell you-
through.
Let me tell you
Oh, it's
something
not
now.
fair.
Let me tell you
Guys,
something.
come on,
about
it's not
Itumbula
fair.
and
The
Kune.
tone also
Now,
you
let me
can
tell you
hear.
something.
yeah, you can tell in the
Let me
tone.
tell you
No,
something about
guys.
football. When you're a player, we are all former players.
Mm.
You may have a trick, you may feel injured, but your mind telling you can play. There has to be a doctor, there has to be a coach to say no. The way we know this player how he plays, even when he says he can play, he cannot play.
Mm.
And they have to help you and make that decision, even when you desire to be on the field of play.
What I'm trying
Now, what
to
I'm
say-
trying to tell you is
At the moment, at Kaizer Chiefs,
Yes.
if you want to make interview, pick a player for me.
no.
that you make.
I can name.
Pick one
Okay,
player for me.
Okay, let me. Cardoso has been Cardoso has been taking the interviews. That's what.
Cardoso?
Oh,
Yes.
I think I know where
Wait,
the direction is.
no.
going.
Cardoso.
Yes, he has been taking interviews. We have had Kamabirian.
Yes.
What we are speaking about.
Kama Billat, I can't
Let me tell
remember
you.
when Kama Billat make an interview.
No,
I
let me tell
can't
you.
remember.
That's what I'm
Kama
saying.
Billat
Yeah.
never.
That's what I'm
Same
saying.
here.
No,
I
I
can't
think he likes the
remember.
media.
media.
Listen, this is what I'm trying to say. You have said it well. He doesn't like what? The media. Why? Why would an international player, in the name of Kamabirian,
Team.
stay back from the media?
Team.
Why?
Team.
It is.
Team.
Listen, why? Let me give you a reason why.
Okay.
He's protecting himself
Yeah.
from scrutiny.
Mm.
He's allowing you to be scrutinized on the field of play.
Mm.
For what Itumbula Nkuna has been through,
Yeah.
I would expect somebody in the management of Chiefs to protect him. Even when he has to come and speak to his fans,
We.
like they said, please, off social media.
Yes. And then
It was done.
Okay, Tim,
So we are saying
give me a
at this
chance.
moment in time, Itumbula Nkune should be protected, shielded until such a time when he has
Okay,
recovered.
let's
his
hear
place.
from Greg.
Yeah.
I have a voice note standing by, but
Tim,
let's hear from Greg.
Team.
Let's not interrupt
I'm
Greg.
saying, at this moment,
Mm.
the whole Kaizer Chiefs player,
Mm.
the superstar in Kaizer Chiefs,
You see,
in terms of
Tim.
you understand?
And let him
The
finish
fans,
his point.
the fans' favorite.
I expect a team, not a superstar.
The only person that can speak to the supporters
Let him
and for
finish
them
his
to
point.
listen is Kune at the moment.
No, now they want him out. How can they listen to
they don't
him?
want they want Kune to play every time because he has. See, let me tell you something. As a soccer player, when you are a soccer player or when you're a goalkeeper, in terms of Itu situation, what he has contributed for Kaizer Chiefs is more than what he has done wrong for Kaizer Chiefs. That's my opinion.
good-
So it doesn't
The
deserve a
good
break.
outweighs the bad.
No, not break in terms of what?
think
Keeping
The
out of the
emotional
game.
side.
No.
The emotion
No.
has to be
I think
He has
considered
passed
in
through.
this.
He has passed through a lot of things. No, Tim,
He
wait, let
has
me finish.
not. Who knows
Tim,
that he has recovered?
Tim,
Who knows that?
you see, let me tell you something about Gavin Hunt.
No, I just want to know the
yeah,
point. How do
the
we
team-
know he
the
has
team,
fully recovered?
We are here, we don't know, but the team knows that he has recovered.
No,
Okay,
the
okay,
team knows. That's
okay,
why
okay.
the time we can
Greg,
know that
Greg,
the player
Greg.
has recovered.
Greg.
If he's giving us 100%
Greg.
result on the field.
He's
Greg.
giving you 100%.
Greg.
That's what I'm saying.
Greg,
Greg.
Greg, firstly, Kune was not in the good books of the coach, right? There was a time where he was training by himself at home. One.
For what reason? For what
Yes.
reason?
Some breaking news there.
Then two,
For what reason?
personal reason.
Oh, okay.
Him and the coach.
Okay.
All right. Number two,
Yeah.
then he lost his sister. Now, I'm asking you now, has that guy recovered?
So
Now, when on dire situation, you bring him back. Now, because there's a hype on this game, you're trying to give to bring him in to come and talk. This is the same thing we are hearing now. The tone does not match the message.
Kelvin.
Has he recovered?
Kelvin,
That was my question.
Kevin is very sorry, what's happened with him
Yeah.
in terms of, his sisters and I mean, okay, he lost his sister. But Kaizer Chiefs, the management, the coach, Gavin Hunt, we speak to Kune and ask him, are you ready to play? Are you okay? Remember before he came
I
back,
doubt
they gave him a
that's the
break.
conversation.
No, that easy happened.
No,
We are there.
let's
Remember
assume-
before he played.
we are
Tim,
all
let me
former
finish now.
players.
Let me finish, Tim. Tim, let me finish.
Okay.
I don't want to
Before-
switch off the mics, guys.
Before Kune start playing now,
Yeah.
Yes.
you remember for past 3 games, he wasn't even in the squad.
Mm.
Do you know that?
I do.
After the loss of the sister,
Yes.
you can no one wants to lose any relative, I mean, you
Any
understand.
family
But
member,
they will
yeah.
ask you, are you okay to come and play?
Of
If you-
course, I will say I'm okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so that's
But
why
I'm
he's
not
playing.
okay. That's the
So,
thing.
so you want to stay out?
Let me put a
Yes, I want to
disclaimer.
stay out.
Let me put a
No, but-
disclaimer.
But now
Okay.
remember,
This was
if he
happening.
decides to stay
No,
out,
this-
chances are, since they're actually in this boat with the coach, they've been through a lot, him and the coach. So now, if you ask me any day, I will play because football, that's my rehab,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But now, understand when are you throwing him in there?
Understand? They gave him almost 3 weeks.
No,
or
it
1
doesn't
month.
matter.
He didn't go. He didn't
We
go
don't
Champions
moan
League.
the same. We do not moan the
Etafia.
same.
Etafia, let's
do not
We,
moan the
we,
same.
I'm
Etafia.
saying that.
Etafia.
Sorry about what happened with
No,
his, with the relative or a sister.
Yes.
But when the team,
Etafia.
a management asks, "Okay, are you okay to play?" And as a
Exactly.
player, you say you're okay
I
to
will
play.
always say I'm okay.
So,
even if I'm
because-
injured,
Etafia.
Yeah, but you can't blame the team for that.
No,
the
you
player
can't
said
blame
it's
the team.
okay.
You can't say it's okay. You can say the team.
Let me
Why you
explain to you
playing?
something. Let me explain to you something that is simple. When Itumbula and Kune, suffered that tragedy, we all know that the first goalkeeper got injured. It was
Daniel.
Daniel got
Okay.
injured.
I'll pay.
So in that moment, they don't have somebody to be there. Daniel is out, which is a long period of time. So whether you want it or not, we're gonna come back and say, Itumbula and Kune, how do you feel? Given what he has been going through, there is no way, under normal circumstances, can Itumbula and Kune say no. Hold on. So he's gonna say, I'm ready. Now, that's where I expect there is a difference.
Team.
No.
Let me hold you there.
No, listen.
Daniel Pay wasn't injured. Daniel Pay got red card in the Champions League game.
So he's not available.
Kune was on the bench. They gave him break. Before then, it was Bruce Bruma was on the bench. Kune came in when they want to play Champions League against this team. I don't know how I can't remember now.
Oloye.
But maybe okay, yeah. And in the first half, Daniel got a red card. A rush of blood. He came out. He got a red card. Itu went in. Itu saved Kaizer Chiefs. Itu did very well.
He was doing his
So
job.
now,
Like saving Kaizer Chiefs.
he was doing his job. That's why he signed at
He
Kaizer
did it
Chiefs.
well.
That's why he was playing. And now the next game, you are saying to me Team and Kelvin, you are saying to me that okay, the coach will say no. Kune, okay, you're not because you so thing happened to you. Let's go. Let go out of the go out of the team. Are you okay? Are you not okay? No. The situation. He warrant. Why is playing now? He came in as a substitute. You remember Daniel got red card, so he came in and did very well.
Every player
and for the past 2 games after that time, he kept a clean sheet. You remember, and they were doing well in the Champions League. They came to the league game. So what do you expect the coach to do?
Okay, let me
so
tell you something. For every player to play, there must be a misfortune somewhere. Either you are injured, somebody else comes, somebody takes over that opportunity, he holds on to it. It happened with Daniel. That's how he came into the
picture.
So what we are saying is this: we have got 2 international goalkeepers, very good. Take nothing away from them. You understand? But we're trying to say that Itumeleng Khune is human. He can tell us he's fine, but somebody somewhere must recognize that he is battling somewhere. If you're not able to pick it up, then we're having something wrong. I can tell you I'm fine, but every day I expect you as my coach to know when I'm at my best. The behavior is constant. You are happy, you're playing around, that will feed off. So I expect the technical team to know their players. So that when they play,
we are making a wrong example with this situation. This situation is not the example, the typical example we should use. Don't forget, we're not saying that what happened, you understand. But don't forget, Mato, the same thing. Don't forget, there's a lot of players at Kaizer Chiefs that things happen to them, and we don't know what's we can't really say behind the scene how the Kaizer Chiefs management. Kaizer Chiefs is a big brand. It's an institution. It's not a club that you can say that someone has something wrong behind the scene, and they will say, okay, because you are this, come and play. We don't feel sorry about. They feel sorry about. They gave him 1 month. A team. I'm saying they give him 1 month, so it was okay. That's why he came back. People at Kaizer Chiefs, there's a lot of the management is top class.
So
they asked him. Maybe we are here. We just saying what we're saying for him. We see him only on the pitch. There's going to be scenario that behind the scene, the coach will ask him, and the team manager will ask him, the players will ask him. So for him to go on the pitch, but I think for me personally, I think it's okay.
We're not questioning
and the way he's performing. For me, there's nothing he has done wrong.
I think we are missing a point. We are not questioning why he's on the pitch or anything like that. We are saying he needs more protection in this moment. Why? You're having a very big game, and that is Sundowns. It is Sundowns. Him as an individual has not been performing to expectations.
Tim, it goes against everything you just said earlier. Like if a player is ready,
you play.
He's there.
That's fine.
You can't change now. You can't move goalposts.
No. We are not saying he shouldn't play. We are saying the interview. We are saying the protection of Itumeleng Khune.
Him being on the pitch.
We are saying, we're not saying.
Yeah, no. Okay,
we are saying which player must
let's talk to the people at home. Guys, please tell us at home. You heard that interview. Please tell us if Khune should have done the interview. Yes or no. Simple. Okay, we do have a voice note. Let's have a listen, guys. I'm gonna put it in there. Let's have a listen.
Evening, guys. This is Africa, all the way from the capital city, Pretoria, Tshwane Mamelodi. I'd just like to wish our boys, Bafana Bastille, Masandawana, Kabuyelo. Just want to wish them good luck for tomorrow. It's not going to be easy going through this encounter. This is going to be evening, guys. This is going to be Pretoria versus Joburg, and also Bafana Bastille versus everyone else, because everyone wants to see Sundowns with the big L. Losing this season. No one wants to let the Sundowns be invincible. So I just want to say you must work hard. Thank you very much, guys.
KQ, that was more Africa. Is it true? Are we all hoping Sundowns lose at some point? So? No. Do you think they'll be invincible?
I think the Sundowns have the firepower.
Yeah. to go invincible. No
yeah.
lose this season.
Yeah, but this game, it could be difficult because it could be difficult. It is going to be difficult for Chiefs, so to say, because they're coming from a loss 2-1. They are low in confidence. Sundowns picked up a point, so I think the margins there are not balancing well. But for Sundowns, they are in favor. It's for the coach now again to go back again and then try to introduce, try to get the squad more fresher or come back with a more stronger squad. Because I mean, Sundowns, when I look at the head-to-head, Sundowns has won 3 times.
Yeah.
With Chiefs winning once, so it's their opportunity to make it the 4th time. So going into this game, I see Sundowns going on top of Chiefs because you look at the technical approach that Sundowns will have. You have speed on Sundowns, and at Chiefs you don't have much of a speed in the final third. But you having in terms of the build-up play, Sundowns is superior on that. Chiefs is losing its plot in terms of being the Chiefs that we know that will start from the back. Yes, we do understand that they do not have maybe the confidence to start exhibiting what we know them ought to be. With Sundowns, they are well in confidence, and I'm sure once they get this 3 point, because Amazulu are hot on their heels. They won today, so Sundowns will also want to win to extend the gap in between.
It's an
Tim?
interesting encounter. At this moment in time, no one expects Chiefs to win. If we're going by the previous results. So, no, for sure. Going into this encounter at this moment in time, no one will give them a chance that they can win the game. That's a fact, given their league performance. But if Kaizer Chiefs can suffocate Sundowns players, not give them a chance on the ball, just press them hard, and then when you win the ball, don't try to play like Sundowns. Play your own game. They can hurt Sundowns. They can. They have got the material to hurt Sundowns. That's a fact. They can do that. So, one thing, if I'm on that side of the technical team of Chiefs, I'll tell them, guys, we have nothing to lose here. We just need to go and enjoy ourselves. Take that pressure off the players to go in there and try to show that you're on the same level with Sundowns. Chiefs can't beat Sundowns at this moment in time, because
anyone can beat anyone, but it's highly unlikely now.
This is what is happening. If you look at the recent results of Sundowns, they have not been winning, which they are used to. A team that is used to winning, a draw is equivalent to losing. So already in their camp also, they are not very sure at this moment in time. They drew against Amazon. In Benny McCarthy's words, he said Sundowns parked the bus. So they tried to move the bus, they didn't succeed. You understand? So it means that Sundowns is capable of playing for the result. And I can tell you, Sundowns will come to play for a draw because it is in their favor to chase for the championship. So they will be a little bit very respectful of Chiefs. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Chiefs have got the material. A big team always coming from a loss, hardly always lose the next game.
Greg, your thoughts before we hear from Rulani?
For me, I feel it's going to be an even game in terms of the quality for both sides. You're looking at a team of Kaizer Chiefs, a lot of good players in terms of national team players. And the same side with Sundowns. It's going to be a good game to watch. Tomorrow, we can't wait for that 3 o'clock. But Chiefs is a wounded side, and I know with the history of Chiefs, they always come out fighting in terms of playing the big teams. When I mean the big teams, the likes of Sundowns and Pirates, if they come from a lose, they always get a result in the next game. So, but with Sundowns, right now, Peter, he's gonna have a late test tomorrow to see whether he can play, and if he's not playing,
that'll be good news.
You want to see
Chiefs fans.
You want to see how Sundowns going to operate without Peter, because for the past 4 games they have built everything around him. So I mean, it's gonna be a good game. I just think if Chiefs can defend very well because you have a team of Sundowns that always going to have opportunity.
Yeah.
If Chiefs can defend very well, I think, they can take even a draw. They will run away with a draw.
Yeah.
But you have a team of Sundowns that's the second top scoring team in the league.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of goals everywhere, and, with Dennis Onyango now, apart from Munib Joseph that did it in 2009 and 10 season, he's going for, if you can keep in terms of the 9 games, now if you can keep 5 clean sheets, we will beat Munib record for 17 clean sheets for a season.
Yeah.
And I think with Onyango, I think he's capable of doing that.
Yeah, oh no, definitely.
So it's going to be a good game tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Before we take predictions, let's hear from Coach Rulani ahead of tomorrow's encounter.
Chiefs' position on the log and the midweek results. Do you have a bearing on the magnitude of the game and preparations?
No. The Chiefs are still a very big club. They deserve a lot of respect. The fixture between Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs is always one that is highly anticipated, and of course brings a lot of attention because of the magnitude of both clubs. But the reality is that because of that, Kaizer Chiefs, you have to be very sober-minded when you do your analysis and not derive anything from their log position and the unfortunate result against Cape Town City. They still have very good players, very, very good players, players with huge pedigree. Very good experience, Kama, Nurkovic, Manyama, and some very good youngsters in Bakas, in Blom, who can play with Bakas as a double pivot. And they've also got Ngobo, the youngster, who's doing exceptionally well. And so, good team, big team, Kaizer Chiefs. A lot of respect for them, with a very good coach. Gavin Hunt is experienced. He knows what he's doing, and he needs a little bit more time. But a very good coach who's got the experience and is someone that I have great admiration and huge respect for. So when you think of that and you profile them, big club with big players and a big coach, you know that it's going to be a big match.
How do you expect them to line up for the upcoming match?
Yeah, look, it's very interesting. They make quite a lot of changes, but the interesting thing is they've still got the big players back. Kama is back, so more or less that front three of Kama, Manyama, and Nurkovic is possibly what they could put on the pitch, and then they've got a Parker in that space who could play in the midfield or even maybe. As a wing back in certain moments, they've used him. So he's the trump card that can play on the last line up front, can play midfield and can play as a wing back, both on the left and on the right, to be honest. And they've used him in several matches. But the last game against Cape Town City, where they had Bakas coming in as a sub, Blom as a 6, is possibly what you could find, how they finished in that midfield shape up, and still Ngobo in the midfield, whether it's a 10 or it's an 8, a little bit withdrawn. But very important for them. And then, yeah, of course, they've got a strong defense with Ngezana, Matoho, Cardoso, and Frosler as a fullback on the left side. And you've got to be very careful because a lot of the deliveries in the final third are with his right foot. So let's see. But should be very interesting. So whoever they put on the pitch, they still have Ajay, who's a possibility for centre half and midfield. Cardoso can still play in the midfield, like they've done in some of the games this season. And you don't know, you see. So I don't know. We'll see how they line up. But based on our analysis. They'll more or less keep that sort of lineup.
Are there any injury concerns?
Injuries? No. We've got almost a clean bill of health. Of course, the only thing is just fast tracking the return to play process. which is part of the protocol for players to be available for the match day squad. But apart from Kermit being on that return to play space, and he's been training well, Bangali returned to play space, and he's also been training well. We almost have everybody fit and ready for the Chiefs match. We need everybody. The most important thing is we can't go through the season without all our players and without rotating the squad, and you can't do any rotations if you don't have everybody available. So we're happy that we've got everybody available, and at this moment the key word is rotation, and we have to, and not just from a physical perspective, because the last 16 days for us have been extremely taxing, and part to that is the psychological space, where we have to make sure that we get the players psychologically ready to play every single match at the highest possible level and with the highest possible intensity psychologically. And it's not always possible for players to maintain that competitive psychological intrinsic motivation, every 2 days. So it's important that we rotate the players and make sure that from a psychological perspective, as we go into the business end of the season, we have players that have the right motivation levels to perform and assist the club to achieve the objectives that we've been set out for. It's a big club with a lot of expectations, and at the highest level, the difference is attention to detail, is in the minute details, and therefore we need freshness, not just physical freshness, but psychological freshness, and that's our focus.
Okay, that was Coach Rulani doing what he does almost every week, predicting the opposition's lineup. On YouTube, we have Sundowns always struggle at home against Chiefs. Hunt will surprise Sundowns with Castro and Zuma. Highly unlikely. Don't forget to talk to us. Call us 065-874-8881. Thank you. Tim, that's all I want from you. A prediction. Nothing more, nothing less. Prediction. Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns.
I'll give it a draw or a win for Chiefs.
Draw or win for Chiefs. Pick one.
You must choose one.
I'll give a win to Chiefs.
Yay. Okay. Greg, prediction.
It's going to be a lively draw, but scoring draw.
Score draw.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
2-1.
So
2-1.
To who?
Sundowns.
Thank you. That was hard, eh? Okay, cool. Tomorrow there's another match going on. Chippa United versus Golden Arrows. I see Golden Arrows running all over this team, Tim. No. I see Golden Arrows winning this game by 3-4 goals.
Actually, it won't happen.
No, it won't. Golden Arrows.
It won't happen. Chippa is gonna get 3 points off this.
Team.
I'll be here with you guys. My phone is open.
Team.
Oh, okay. Your prediction is Chippa Arrows
2-1
to Chippa.
To Chippa United.
Okay, cool. So.
The Arrows will win.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely, Arrows will win.
Craig?
Arrows will win.
But hey, what's with Arrows this season?
I think they have first of all, they have a exciting coach in terms of what he have viewed, in terms of the boys and keeping them grounded. What I can say, what Steve have left behind, for him. He has
left a foundation
for him. He has done very well, and I've followed Steve Compella's footprint in terms of how to keep the boys. And if you hear a lot of time when he has interview, he always try to play everything calm in terms of they are still there, they are still learning, but it's one team we must look out for because I mean,
dark horses, eh?
Yeah, big dark horses, and for them to beat SuperSport for the first time in a very long time, in the season twice, I think they're doing something right. It's just left for them now to continue because they only have 8 games to go. So, I mean, they have done very well, and they're scoring a lot of goals. That's a good thing about them. For this season, they've scored 3 goals, and which is good for them.
Well-coached team.
Yeah.
Well-managed.
Yeah.
No superstars.
Yeah.
Everybody wanting to make the names for themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point to take home.
Yeah.
It's highly unlikely to see the same faces at Arrows come next season, because I think they've actually raised their hands and they've put themselves on the shelves. Teams are starting to shop now for those names that are
they're coming for them hard.
So I think at the end of the day, as a player, when you go into such a career, you need to always understand your match that you play is always important, because you might never know who's looking. And coming to the coach's side, yes, he's been a student of the game for a while. He's been around the business. So I think it's due time that you need to give him the credit. Stop calling people and saying that this is what they left and what they've done. Let's work with what is there now. Yes, we respect the fact that they've been part of the boat, but as the boat is sailing and people jump out of the boat, let's keep the people that are there.
Kelvin, if I'm not mistaken, my friend Mr. Tim here said that back at Vets, he left the foundation. At SuperSport, I don't know. So he said pizza. But now, we still need to, the history. So
I want you to get this.
Okay.
You can dig the trench and put the foundation. Raising the roof.
Yeah.
Raising the whole house. Now we
important.
have a whole house when it comes to Arrows. We're not neglecting the fact, because we know that the house is not sitting on an island. It's sitting on an island. It's not floating. It's on a foundation.
Yeah.
But what do you build on the foundation? The foundation could be good, but the house that you're going to erect, is it going to be the one that is sustainable? You're looking at Arrows that have a sustainable house. They are safe. They are in the highest position that we have ever imagined, meaning that things are being done correctly. And now players are in the market. This is the time where Arrows are going to cash in big if they decide to sell.
Should we even mention Steve Khombela? Because he this whole season he wasn't there. It's all Mandla Ncikazi.
Look,
all season.
For sure, they'll always bring Owen, Mr. Steve Khombela, simply because he was the head coach and Mandla was assistant.
Yeah.
So there's something you learn from him over time, But if you look at, I think Mandla has gone local. He has gone.
Let's just give the man the credit.
That's what I'm saying.
And he has done well. He has always done well.
Yeah.
If you look, assistant coaches always don't get the respect
credit,
the credit they deserve. But there's so much they do that is always unrecognized. And now he has been in charge and we are seeing the results. Yes, people will say, let's wait next season, but they have done so well. For me, it is how they are managing the players.
So Mabudu Kaneza, we must give him credit in terms of this.
True, because I think
you know why? Let me tell you, there are certain things. You're seeing Benny and Nomvete. You can always mention Benny.
Nomvete also needs.
There's Joseph's with the goalkeeping department. Amazuli are scoring goals. Nomvete was a goal scorer. Mabutu was a goal scorer. They're scoring goals. There is always credit to those people that are not mentioned. But when it comes to the PSL, when it comes to this time of the season, you get the likes of Black Leopards getting a drug and a SuperSport. You can hardly call those results. You get TTM taking Sundowns to the penalties. You don't get those results. You can't easily predict them. Now, you are having this Chippa United. The wrong things they do, they are not news anymore. They are part of them. Now, Chippa United is in the finals. You have got the president who's going to dangle a carrot for the players. Win this game, I'm going to give you 10,000 each.
The finals or the league?
No, just the league.
Oh, okay.
Because it's going to tell you guys you're already in the finals. Let's first,
secure.
get our season right.
Yeah.
You understand? And they're coming to play against Golden Arrows, Golden Arrows has to want it more than Chippa United.
Yeah.
You understand? So Chippa United, if you saw the game, they played. The new technical team seem to be galvanizing these players to try and come out of their shell. They're a difficult team to play against. They are most likely to snatch 3 points from Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
Again, another point I just want to make. I think if we do not credit the assistant coach, we'll not be doing justice to them, because we know as players, as we are seated here, the most people that will always take up the load are the assistant coach. When I'm not playing, you are sulking. Who do you go to? Assistant coach. You face the coach.
I was always playing Kevin, so I didn't go to an assistant coach. Maybe team is the one not playing. Team needs to kick players. Me and them, I always play. So I didn't go to assistant coach.
Either way, one thing I knew, even when I was playing, when I was playing,
Throwing some shade there.
No, when I was playing week in, week out, I also had
team. You started kicking people before you make the team.
No.
So if you stayed out for 5 years.
If the coach appreciated my kicking people, it means I was doing a good job. So there's nothing wrong with that. And in my history, there are no many red cards.
Yeah.
So it means I was playing according to the laws of the game. They are permitted. So that's
Super
fine.
legend.
So you kick the opponent, he jumps, you win the ball, you continue. That's fine. As long as the law permits it.
No, but also is right. I'm saying the assistant coach has a huge role to play.
No.
Like massive.
Is the bridge.
Yes.
Is the bridge between
for
example, let me tell
cushion.
you. There are some head coaches who cannot pass on the information that Craig, you are sitting on the bench tomorrow, or we are not putting you in the team. So the person they send is the assistant coach. So the players are going to hate the assistant coach.
Why wouldn't the coach tell the player that you're not playing tomorrow? He made the starting 11.
I've seen teams that, they don't even announce the team. They just put the list.
So no one says this is how the team.
You just get the list. The coaches make the list. They put it where you guys eat, and you go there. You check your name. You can't argue. You can't go and argue.
That's why they were
No. Swallow situation was different.
Sometimes we all
knew Swallow situation was money wise. Now they are giving money and they are doing well.
The thing is having the names on the wall. I think it's fair.
Yeah,
and it makes more sense. Why?
You don't want an explanation, also.
No, why? No, I want to get to this point so that you understand. Having names on the wall after the training session, it gives you enough time to be angry at me as a coach and come speak to me, not to make the lineup at the last hour, because that's going to disrupt the whole team. So having the names there, it's okay. If you're on the bench, you thought that you were starting, no problem. You got time. Tomorrow, come back, because what will happen, and then we go to the in camp, and then team happens that there's some emergency at home. You have switched off already because you are angry. But when you wake up in the morning, they make a lineup. Now I'm sulking the whole match. They throw me in, and then what?
And Kelly, you can testify to this, in terms of, some teams 2 days or a day before the game, you already know that this.
See how they train.
The lineup
that can change. That's why we say they are training players and they are match players.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say.
So some players fool us.
Yeah, no, but most
of
the
dribble us in training, come match day. No, they don't.
But they start and they take them out. But sometimes you have a coach that he said this is my possible 18 or this possible 20.
Right.
You can have this is first 11.
Right.
You can say, okay, if team go out, Kevin come in. If this scenario happen, in terms of, we're talking about the defensive midfielder or the defenders, in terms of if I'm leading, how I need to close the game. If you're trailing, you need to attack more. So you have other scenario during the week, maybe 2 days before the main game. You play around. We play around and see. But for a player, I don't know. Some do it, but I don't know. To go meet a coach that we put his hand around your neck. We always explain to you. We always tell you that, Kevin, we are playing so team. That's why you're not playing. That's why I'm playing this.
And I must accept that.
So no, you have to accept.
You don't have a choice.
You have to accept.
No,
Kevin, we're
for
playing.
me,
Okay, well, team, wait first. For instance, now you're playing super sport.
Yes.
Maybe, for instance, he has a team have a height, in terms of set piece. And we know super sport. We all know super sport. They strive on set piece. And you're a ball player. We know that you can play. You play on, and they are playing long ball, and you're playing the midfield. And team is a midfielder, and we know that team can help the
So if
defensive
you press
tackle.
from the top, what are the chances of the ball getting to team? That you're
There's
fielding?
there's no way you can press 90 minutes on the
I
top.
understand.
There's
that.
no way you can press not more than 15 minutes. If you're any pressing you can do, no matter which team, how fit you are. What we're trying to say, some teams you try to press, they don't want to build. Naturally, you know that even you press, they're gonna boycott the midfield.
And then
So-
if we drop our lines,
You invite pressure. You invite pressure.
no,
on
we
your
drop
defense.
our lines. If
Yeah.
we drop our lines,
They
what
don't
will
want
then
to play.
happen?
They still put it there.
How will you
Because
put it there when we have dropped back because we need it on a second ball?
No, they have more taller players than you.
You
your
won't
team.
get there because you got like now when you drop your lines, chances are, Greg,
Yeah.
a team plays a long ball. The balls is always going to be on you.
You have a team like Kaizer Chiefs, for example. It can distribute
And
with his
also
eyes,
sweep.
with his eyes
And play
closed.
also as a number 5.
So he can play the ball from point A to point B
Correct.
to Nokovic. And Nokovic can, this thing is happened. Some teams they perfect it. It happens, We did that with Swallows, with Mama Niang, with Lungisani Ndlela. We have the late Dennis Slaughter picking the loose ball. We have Sister Olsen, we have Heza Casinayo, Mark Hassan, Alfred Piri, Jablan Mendu. We know that we cannot start from the back.
No,
even you
but
give us
the players you have mentioned,
wait.
They were very
They-
skillful players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a ball off Niang.
Yeah.
Niang was so good in air that
Yeah.
he could go up and head
That-
back to
that's
a one stubborn, talented Mendu
Yeah.
who could do anything with the ball
Yeah.
to unlock the back line.
Yeah.
So that tactic can work.
That's what
Now,
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to Kelvin. That say there's some teams that even you say you drop back. You say no, I want you guys to play from the back.
You're
They
right.
don't want to play. They strive from their second
But
ball.
that's not thinking. That's
No,
not.
no,
that's
no.
fail
No, no.
tactic.
The
We
issue
say
is-
that the same thing we say. Team is saying
No,
that
no.
you say if it's working for you, why
You
don't
don't
you
change
use
it.
it?
You're
Team
not
say
going-
that
Let me
in
tell you
the
something.
beginning.
Yes.
We're
but
deviating, guys.
Let me tell you something.
We
You're
are
not-
like
no,
we've
you're not
off ramped.
You're not going to expect Sundown
Mm,
to change the way they play.
yeah,
They're going to force you to accept the way they play.
yeah.
Now, if you refuse and resist the way they play, you frustrate them, you'll hurt them.
The topic was the starting 11.
Of,
So now we into
No, we're going
this
to-
has nothing to do with anything.
we're going to that in terms of the Rolani one that says
I'm saying like you mentioned, like
Yeah.
sometimes the coach just puts a list
Yeah.
there.
No,
Yeah.
you know,
Others know 2 days before.
No,
Because there's only 18 players come to a match.
yeah.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
A team is about 20, 30 players.
Some coaches will call 20 players to go in camp.
Yeah.
And then the following day,
Yeah.
they will say,
Okay.
only these 18 I've made. Now, coaches are different.
Yeah.
There are those who prefer reading out the names
Yeah.
of the players who are going
Like
to camp.
like 2 days before, let's say, guys, we're playing Chiefs. This is
No,
the
last training.
A day
Last
before.
training, they'll mention the team. You go-
Aibo.
Yes.
What kind of planning is this?
Yes,
No, it's-
last training they mentioned the team.
The
Because
day
you have been-
before the match.
Yes, because you have been training all
So
together.
players today, Kaizer Chiefs players know who's going to play Sundowns match.
They are going to be in
They
camp.
didn't play yesterday. They didn't know yesterday who's
No.
playing in.
No, they are playing tomorrow.
Yes.
So last training is today.
Yes.
So they'll mention the players who are going to camp.
To- no,
the
to
first
start.
11, the first 11 you know.
They know.
Yeah.
They are told.
That's what I
No,
say.
They say they give us bibs.
That's why I say
You know,
at training.
You know, at
Already
training.
the first 11 you know.
The first-
Because of the bib.
Yes.
The coach doesn't tell you. You
No,
are
no,
starting.
No. Okay. In training, there are scenarios. In training, there are scenarios. So if you're on the side of Kune, Muto,
Yeah.
and what,
You know
you
you are
start-
starting. You know you are starting.
So when they go the other side and they get
There's a
another
famous-
player, change
Oh,
a bit,
yeah.
and say maybe I may be a substitute.
Team.
It's like a boxing ring.
Team.
We all fight now.
Right. Team.
They don't want to give away their cards.
Team. You know, there's a famous bib. When you get a yellow bib, you know you are starting. Any other bib,
You
you,
know.
must know you are not starting. You don't have to know.
beep. You know,
Ah.
you're on the bench.
How do you switch on,
No,
guys?
no.
How do you prepare mentally when you're not even you're playing tomorrow?
You have to be ready. My mentor, who passed on, may he so rest in peace, he used to say, my defenders, I need to tell you when you are playing. But please promise me you won't kick goals in the night, thinking you are marking the opponent. So sometimes some players need to know that they are playing. For example, there are some players they don't differentiate between the bottle and water. So those ones, they will tell them, please, you are starting.
Oh, the ones who booze up.
Don't take the Savannah, please.
Yeah.
Can you take it off the game? So they'll let them know in advance.
Yeah.
Maybe on Wednesday, the game is on Saturday.
Yeah.
Say, listen, we have a big one, please. Whatever you are doing, don't go offside in that area.
Yeah.
Because they know his character.
Yeah.
They know he may take one for the road. They try to say, please, it is as serious as we expect you to be serious.
Yeah.
So don't fall into the trap.
Yeah.
After the game, you can take it. So different ways of managing the squad.
Yeah,
For example, Timothy, you're gonna play. If I'm not in the team, it will be a shock. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So you start going.
This is where the assistant coach comes in.
Brian was not starting in the later years of Morocco Swallows.
Yeah.
You could tell the man is not playing. He's used to the first name on the team sheet. All of a sudden now he's not there. He says no. What's going on? Because he knows. You understand? And players, the biggest mistake that most technical people make and administrators of the game make is to think that players have no brains. Players understand. Players are intelligent. They can read between the lines. So you need to understand your players because they will be able to understand that this Solinas cannot coach the Chiefs. This one, no. So they will have that problem. So players understand. They will know that you are trying this, and this. They will say, no, money marking. I'm like, no. This striker is taking me out of the goals. You are telling me to go with him. No. I cannot go with him because they're going to score at the end of the day. He's going out, he's going to come back here. So in a game, I'll play. You have to use player intelligence. Players have to be intelligent to read the situation. No coach will ever coach you how to dribble an opponent. But when you dribble, they will clap for you. Those are some of the things that player intelligence that comes into play. You understand. You understand that. Okay, any drop of ball getting on for Kekana is gonna smash it in the net. So he needs to be closed down, not to put up his head to smash the ball. So those are things that a coach will not tell you. You as a player, you as a defender need to pick up. Solino drips deep, then he gets onto the left, then he cuts inside. He wants to create those 1-2s. You should be able to know those things.
And the other thing again about starting 11 depends. Preseason, the last game of the preseason. Yeah. And if the season is on. If you did well the last game, definitely
you're in the 18.
You see, so there's a lot of
for the season.
So
you're in.
Not for
you to mess up.
Not for the season. Depends. If a winning team, except something drastic happen in terms of cards, yellow cards, red cards, or maybe injury. You understand? So. That's the scenario.
I can tell you. You will know that they will be on the bench.
They know as well.
They know. They know for them they will be on the bench.
You will even carry bananas. You are not starting.
And there's some players.
At Celtic, we had some scenarios. Team talk, pre-match meal.
And the one
this player ends up eating too much.
There's one.
Then God forbid, the player starting gets injured and he's put in there. The man is too full. No, I can't play them.
And there's some players that it's only 30 minutes they can play. But this one, that is yours.
They know.
Let me eat more so that because I know that second half.
Those are the players morale boosting. Hey, let's go. In the dressing room, you're the one singing the last.
What are you trying to say about Mabunda?
You see, at Celtic we had Abraham Nteo, fantastic player. But then he was competing with John Maduka. So the coach made a comment, said, I need to applaud Abraham Nteo. He understands and respects. He's gonna be on the bench. He does not complain.
He knows.
When you know, after the meeting, we just started laughing. It was so hilarious. So you man, you're happy to be on the bench.
But we do have.
But Coach Leonard in the break, I was being honest. But you understand, and you know, that's why the Europeans are different.
Yeah.
There has to be respect and hierarchy. You cannot come. What was that young boy they were parachuting in front ahead of you at Moroka Swallows?
When they went down.
No, when you all went down.
Who played before you, Greg?
I can't remember because I always play.
You always play.
I don't know what team is saying.
No.
Team did he play for Swallows?
You see, I don't know. Okay, let me tell you now. Let me open it up. So, Coach Rosley takes over.
Craig Rosley.
Yes.
How many games?
It doesn't matter. He takes
No,
over.
I was just asking when
So,
time for the season.
At that time now, I'm like, okay, I'm a free agent. Can you help me come and train? I come and train.
Yeah.
My brother became my teammate outside. That's what I'm sayying. Swallows is struggling to survive relegation, and they are playing this youngster.
And you have an experienced keeper there.
They are losing every game. No, we shall perform well. Next time until they were relegated. So that's how I came. That's why I'm speaking from a point of visuality.
All right.
Tafia was on the bench.
All right. Let's wrap it up. We promised people at home that we'll look at the Premier League. Who supports Arsenal here?
Hey, I'm an Arsenal fan.
They lost to Everton yesterday. Thoughts, please.
That's not new.
But I mean, for me, Arsenal, they did very well in that game. You know, it's just a goalkeeping mistake. I mean, you really don't expect it from a top keeper like that from Germany, but it do happen in the game. You know,
that was bad.
There was a bit, it do happen once in a while.
Really bad.
But I
At
just
home.
think, I just think, for a very long time they haven't lost at home, and with Everton, I think they will run away with that because they're looking to compete for the what they call it, the UEFA Champions League, and I think it's one step. 3 points in the bag for them. I just feel Everton, they grant that result. You forced a team to make mistake for you to get a result.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's hear from Arteta after that match.
They put a huge effort tonight again, being the better team on the pitch, like they were again against Fulham. And we got 1 point from 6. So that's, as well, psychologically, a difficult one to digest.
We all had him. It's not happening. It's not happening there.
Yep.
What's the best position they could finish? Let me see. Where are they?
In the 9th position.
9th position.
46 points.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Leave Arsenal out of this.
Oh, aye.
Leave Arsenal out of this.
Yes,
maybe Europa.
Yeah, Europa.
That's the only chance.
But does Arteta deserve that job, though? Is he a good coach?
Look, I think
he's a good manager for Arsenal.
I think the fans have nothing to complain about. They chased Wenger.
No,
so you reap what you sow.
No, but
Purely, let me tell you, don't fool yourselves. There are teams that have to be coached by coaches of pedigree. There is no experimenting whatsoever. Get Chelsea, Manchester City, Manchester United. You don't experiment. You don't get a David Moyes and put him on Manchester United. He is a good coach. They don't have time for building. Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City, Arsenal, we expect results. So the moment you come in there, you understand, you have to deliver. Arteta came in to quell the fans' desire for change. And that's where management lost it. Now they have got one of their own, they can't make a decision to fire him. You understand? Pep tactics are beautiful to watch. He has mastered that. He demands and commands respect for players to get on their bike, to work like horses to get results. Arteta, I have a feeling, has not mastered the dressing room. There's so much nice, easy.
No, but
And
the
letting him down.
players for you can't compare. Okay, we'll go back to saying about the assistant coaches. In terms of the number 2, when Man City were doing very well in terms of under Pep, a lot of credit was given to Arteta in terms of his contribution. And he speaks a lot of languages, and he mastered the tactics. And Arsenal felt that time with Arsene Wenger leaving, they felt the right person.
Yeah.
He is the person to entertain football. You remember the likes of Beckham, Kanu Wanko, Arsenal were doing very well, Thierry Henry. So I think when he came in, he got a lot of good results. The first 4 games,
phase, yeah.
So everyone thought that okay, it will continue. So, but at the end of the day, the quality of your players it matters. We're talking about
not good enough.
Man City
is not lacking. The quality is
they
not.
do have that.
I can tell you the difference for Arsenal is the desire to be successful.
No. The quality matters. You can't compare the quality of Man City and quality of Arsenal.
Let me tell you the difference. The difference is Manchester City players are perennial winners, which is lacking at Arsenal.
Okay.
There is no that desire. You can't see an Arsenal player playing with the ogre that is a champion.
No.
It's not there.
No.
Manchester City, you have to win every game.
That's
the difference.
Check the budget. Check what I'm trying to say. Check the players that Man City buy off season, or the players they renew their contract during the season, and check the Arsenal
But
team.
remember,
Arsenal team, they are rebuilding.
Arsenal team is a more of a selling team.
Yeah.
So they introduce youngsters So now I'm going back to the point of Tim where they say Arsenal needs a coach of pedigree.
So
they had a balance when Arsene Wenger was there.
Yeah.
You match in terms of the experience and how you blend it with the youngsters. So that now when that comes into fruition, it looks good on the eye and it was well managed. Now, the Arsenal that you saw with Arsene Wenger and the Arsenal that you're seeing now, remember, being an assistant coach, you also still have a safety net, but who gets bent the most is the head coach. Now, everything is on Arteta.
Tim. Before Arsene Wenger left, there was Emery. Remember at Villarreal, he was a very, very good coach. He won, a lot of trophies. He's doing very well at Spanish
The
League.
Premier League is a beast.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. So it doesn't matter. The pedigree of the coach doesn't matter in terms of the quality of the players.
No.
We are saying that this coach is a very good coach with certain players in different league.
Arteta,
and he came to this other league, and the quality is not the same.
No,
which he has.
Arteta has beaten
Pep Guardiola won Champions League with Barcelona with top quality. At Man City now, he's struggling. Why? Because the players he has at Barcelona at that time, they were different beasts compared to the one at Man City. So that's the difference. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It doesn't matter the coach that comes in, but the players you work with matters most.
Let me tell you, winning becomes a habit.
Tell me, Tim.
Winning becomes a habit.
Yeah.
You have to inculcate that in the players. Arteta lost the dressing room, the senior players, the management of Ozil in the dressing room cost him this season. In my opinion, he handled it poorly. If the management is saying they don't want a player and the player is popular within his teammates, that situation, if you don't deal with it there and then, it destabilizes the team, whether you want it or not. Players, you have been in football. Players always form familyhood. They form a belonging somewhere in that team.
Yeah.
Once you allow that to get in, it's going to be a problem. If you look the way Jose Mourinho manages his teams, Ferguson, the likes of Pep, they cut out all that. They are the bosses. Whatever they say is final.
Yeah.
Nothing. You can't have, unhappy player dragging on for so long. You will not get the best out of the team.
Sorry, for a coach, every coach in the whole world wants his team to win. And no coach, I've never seen any coach that don't want a good player in his team. Arteta has a different style of play in terms of what he want to do, and he needed someone to do attacking wise and defensive wise. Which Jose, I'm going to the Jose matter. Which Jose is not doing. He contributes attacking wise. He can become a bad player overnight. But the system Arteta want to play, he needs him to track back so that number 6 in terms of but not to play. So and he's not doing that. And Arsenal, they are losing in that position. So what must I do? Kelvin, I must say that okay, I'm a coach. At the end of the day, my head is on the block. I must protect my job. So if this player is not giving me what I want, what do? So you shift him aside.
You shift him aside and you make us in 10th position. It doesn't make sense.
If you're a coach, you give the player that is going to do the position, do the job for you. That's why I say in the beginning, no coach will not want to lose. If you are doing well, I've never seen the whole world that you are a good player and the coach say no because you're a good player, stay on the bench.
Listen,
Arteta Ozil is a good player, but he's not fitting the system of what Arteta want to play.
We know very well. Watch the first 10 minutes of Barcelona game. Messi is gonna walk. He's not gonna defend.
Yeah.
What have they done? They have created a system which covers all those loopholes and get the ball to him. Why? He's more effective,
more
on the
influential,
ball. And he gets the chances. He scores the goals. Yeah, that's Ozil. Understand the player you have now. You have got this. What I it's like when you go and play PlayStation football, and then you come on training. You want players to play like that. It's impossible. Understand the players you have got. Designers. You are the coach.
Yeah.
Design what this player can help you with. If you have got Partey, let them shield Ozil. Get him more on the ball. When Ozil is a happy player, you signed him.
Get the result.
You signed him playing like that. So
no, he never signed Ozil.
No. I'm saying
he never signed Ozil.
No.
So he signed the player you want. That's why he say Ozil shift. I want to bring my own player.
Where are we now, Greg? Where are we on the
Remember
log
now, Greg.
Oh, you Arsenal.
I'm Arsenal. Where are we on the log?
Okay, I thought you.
Yes, so you say.
I don't deny it.
Now, remember now, Greg. If a player is an influential player, look at the case of Barcelona. We're going to make the scenario again. You force Messi to come and defend. If you're going to get 100% of Messi defending, what about the attacking third? Because it's more influential going forward.
Yeah.
So exactly the same thing. If you're going to get players around him, because Ozil's pedigree is very high, and players do understand that, and they know that they need him.
Yeah.
But they are still trying to experiment this system that this guy is coming with, and which I'm seeing is he's trying to emulate Pep. But with a different quality. So if he had the same quality, maybe it could work. But now knowing very well that you have a player that can turn things around, why keep him on the dark?
For me, I'm saying to you, Kevin, because he's a new coach to a new team that haven't performed for a very long time. And as you said, the quality of the players around him and the system you want to play. And that player cannot suit to his system. What do? You put him aside. There's only one Messi and there's only one Ozil. So when Ozil start winning the Ballon d'Or, the world best player, now you can start working. But before then, it's only one Messi.
As we journey into our
coaching, Arsenal, say your team.
No,
Arsenal, your team.
As we journey into our coaching careers, it's very important to understand that players are different.
Yeah.
And you can never wrap all players at the same time.
Yeah.
At this moment in time, Juventus is struggling with the Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a selfish player. He loves scoring goals. If he sees the net, even if he has to pass you the ball, he's gonna hit it to score. Now, as a coach, you manage him like that. You don't turn his teammates against him, start criticizing him, and if like he's experiencing in Italy. That's wrong. So you lose a player of Ronaldo. All of a sudden, it's like the whole world is turning. He's not going to remain at Juventus. You manage your players to get the best out of it. Look at what is happening at Real Madrid with Zidane. All of a sudden, everybody thought the season was collapsing. All of a sudden, the team is coming up with why? He believes into the players. He tells them what they want to hear. He believes they are good. You never tell a player that is not good enough. You have lost that player. Players are like kids. You try to find something to dangle. You try to you want to show this player that is what is gonna say, okay, we shall see. He has got a contract. It's longer. He's gonna drop his shoulders.
Team,
And that's what
contract
happened with Ozil.
is always a piece of paper. That contract can be cancelled. Team can buy you even though you have 10 years contract, except they don't want to get you. So all those things about contract is something else. But what I'm trying to say is when the system doesn't suit the coach is the head. He decide what's suiting. So no matter even if you're a good player, 2 years back, 3 years back, but a new coach come to the team and they feel like, typical example in the PSL, which we're talking about Kaiser Chiefs. What Gavin, if he can have maybe 50% of what he got at Vet at Supersport in terms of what we know about him, wing play, quality wingers in terms of the delivery.
That will be contrast.
He will definitely win something. So Arteta coming from Man City with the quality of Man City, the players, how they keep the ball. If it works, it doesn't work, they're still gonna do it. Pep coming from Barcelona, he did that and he won. Up to now, apart from the league, the Champions League is a big one he wants to win. And if he can win the Champions League with this system, that's where we can say, okay, yeah, Pep have arrived in the Premiership.
For me, I don't think there was an issue with the Ozil and Arteta. It wasn't between the coach.
It was a management.
It was a management issue.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Arteta
it's
tried.
not about the coach.
Arteta tried to get it right and everything like that. But Ozil, he felt undermined by the management and he stuck to his gun. So
Okay.
he didn't drop his
always
stand to
raised
fall.
that point. That's-
You could see Arteta wanted him.
Yes, even
he
Arteta
used
said
him
it.
and everything like that.
He said it.
But
It's beyond
Ozil-
my control.
Ozil felt disrespected by management and he stuck it out.
Okay.
And all good players have got that character. They will say, okay, let's see until to the end.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you lose that kind of player. Arsene Wenger bought this player. He managed him. We saw the best out of Ozil under Wenger.
Yeah.
It just comes to management. When you turn against a player, it's the same what was happening at Barcelona. Messi's contract, everything like that. We lost to see the best of Messi in that period of time. All of a sudden, he's picking up, he's playing well, he's happy. How do you manage your players to get you the result?
As I said to you, Messi have won Ballon d'Or. Messi is the best player in the world.
Okay.
Until Jose get to that stage, before we say
He
Jose
must shut
cannot-
up.
Yeah,
He was-
Okay,
he
cool.
was a Galactico.
Let's move along. Liverpool played to a 1-0 draw against Newcastle.
Newcastle.
And let's hear from Jürgen Klopp after the match.
Very, very tough to take. But there's nobody else to blame than ourselves. So when you create chances like we created today and don't use them, then you keep the game open. That's what we did. And second half, we didn't play the same. We didn't show the same quality than the first half. Had our moments still, could have scored there as well. But again, you have to, that's in football, the oldest and probably the most important football rule. You better use your chances when you have them.
Hey, that was Jürgen Klopp. They are currently sitting on 6th with 54 points. These are champions last season, so. Champions. They can't even make the Champions League list right now. What happened?
Big shift, as he's saying, quoting from his words, that it's a game of chances.
Yeah.
So one of the Achilles that maybe they might have now is not taking their chances. Yes, they're a team that apply high press. It's a team that works, team that's grind.
Yeah.
Don't
They've been
play
figured
much.
out.
Yeah, so they don't play much. Now it comes to it explains the standard of the European side and how they analyze teams, how they see them, how they watch their matches, and how they follow individual players. Now this it's showing that some of the players is figured out, even the system as well.
Yeah.
They've mastered it in how they need to frustrate them.
Yeah.
It's all about management and again with players, and also in the same breath whereby if they don't score, they will know that they'll lose the game. So if they defend well and also they create scoring opportunities, because I think in the striking force they don't have much of a problem.
All this is Van Dijk, Tim.
Yeah, at this moment in time, everybody can claim anything as true. But I will beg to differ. It comes back to the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They went toe to toe with Manchester City.
Yeah.
Same players competing very hard. They lost the championship.
Yeah.
They came back and won the championship. Players are not machines. They get tired.
Yeah.
The recruitment wasn't all that very good.
Yeah.
They get
They didn't buy
injured and
well.
everything like that as expected. So the players are tired because of too much football at this moment in time.
Yeah.
It has caught up with them at this moment in time.
Yeah.
If you look the way they are playing, they use all the energy to try and get results. And you can see those energy levels are dropping.
Yeah.
A player who makes Liverpool play is Firmino.
Yeah.
And he has struggled this season to be that target person, holding onto the ball or bringing in the likes of Sadio Mane and that fruit that is playing. So that has affected them, and they're not converting their chances.
Yeah.
When you don't convert the chances. If you don't convert the chances,
True.
you put pressure on the back line,
True.
defenders,
True.
and then you start conceding goals.
Yeah. How do you see it, Greg?
No,
As a wrap up.
it was a good game. I mean, at Anfield, you expect Liverpool to always dominate, against Newcastle. I think they dominate the game, a lot of chances, ball possession, you expect Liverpool to have more. And for Newcastle, you have a goalkeeper, man of the match. That he was very busy, in that day. So
I kept them at bay.
So
Yeah.
it's just unfortunately Liverpool couldn't take their chances. They scored early in the game.
Yeah.
With Mo Salah scoring the 3rd minute of the game.
Yeah.
And Newcastle.
Also, there was VAR drama.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things. And Newcastle at the 90+ minutes, you have Arsenal. You must call him back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
You have Arsenal player on loan at Newcastle. Well,
Doing the job
for Newcastle.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just one chance.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they got a draw and they're very happy about that. But it's so disappointed for Liverpool. They haven't won in Anfield for this year.
Give credit where it's due. Newcastle got the
Okay,
result
cool. And that is how we wrap up our show. I would like to thank Greg. All the way from Nigeria. Is it Edo State?
Yeah, Edo State.
From Edo State. All the way from Kampala. Are you from Kampala, Tim?
I'm from Ginger.
Ginger. There's a place called Ginger out there in Uganda. Nomfana wasemlazi.
Yes.
Wasemlazi.
Lokishi one time.
Nomfana wasemlazi. eThekwini. Calvin Sosibo. Wadlaleli Kaizer Chiefs. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. We've been live for 2 hours. Thank you guys for watching. We'll try and bring you the best content that we possibly can. Don't forget, every Monday, we have Monday night football on Soweto TV, channel 251 from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Thank you guys.
Thank you, boss.
And see you tomorrow.
Ciao, ciao.